You know why I love pancakes so much? Because you can literally do whatever you want with it. You can make it however you want it. That's exactly what we'll do today. We're gonna make a really exciting pumpkin spice cinnamon bun pancake. This combination is perfect for the hashtag FallFest 2021 collab hosted by Jimmy Dix International Eats. So be sure to check out that hashtag to check out all the other awesome fall recipes. And it's so much easier than it sounds. Let's get started. So we'll start with the cream cheese glaze first. So for that, measure your cream cheese in a bowl with some powdered sugar. Now, depending on the type of cream cheese, you may need to use more or less milk, but what you want to look out for is the proper consistency. So with the cream cheese and the sugar in the bowl, start adding milk a tablespoon at a time and continue whisking until you have a nice, thick and smooth consistency, which when you scoop up with a whisk like this, droops down. It's really similar to whipped cream. You don't want it to be too thin or too thick. I'm just going to transfer this into a squeeze bottle because we'll use this at the end. But if you don't have one, don't worry. You can always spread the glaze on top with a knife or a spoon. Now we'll make our pumpkin spice brown sugar. What we'll do with this is on each layer of the pancake, we'll brush it with the pumpkin spice brown sugar mix. Usually when you make cinnamon buns with the dough flat out, you spread the brown sugar on it and then you roll up and make the spirals. So that's kind of what we're replicating here for our cinnamon bun pancakes. So to make this, you just need some brown sugar, some butter that's molten or at room temperature, and some of the pumpkin spice. Now you can get it store-bought, but it's so much easier and cheaper and tastier to make it fresh at home. And you probably have most of the ingredients to make it at home already, and if you don't, it's gonna be really worthwhile for you to go and fetch them. So add the pumpkin spice as well and then give this a good mix and then just set that aside. Now it's time for the actual pancakes. Now I always do dry mix and wet mix. So for the dry mix, in a large bowl, measure your flour, your baking powder and your pumpkin spice. Give that all a good whisk and then set that bowl aside. Now to make your wet mix, you need your milk, some butter, an egg, your pumpkin puree, vanilla, some honey, and just for that extra kick, I'm gonna add some of my pumpkin spice Javi coffee. It's really cool because the flavors are really concentrated and you really taste that pumpkin spice really well. I'll put a link down below in case you want to check it out and you want to get a discount. Now you just want to whisk this up really well and then put the wet mixture into your dry. As you're pouring it, start whisking. You don't have to whisk too hard and you don't have to whisk for too long. We're just looking to combine the dry with the wet. Some lumps are okay. And now it's time to make the actual pancakes. So use a good non-stick pan or a flat top if you have that and heat that up on medium heat. Now because we added some butter in our batter and we're using a nice non-stick pan, you don't have to add butter on the pan to cook the pancakes. And it turns out so much better both visually and flavor wise, and I think this is going to be my preferred method moving forward whenever I make pancakes. So once that pan is hot, add in about a third cup of your batter at the center of that pan and then just let that pancake start to cook. You want to continue cooking this until you start seeing some bubbles on the top, just like this. As soon as you see lots of these bubbles, you know it's time to flip it. I use a fish spatula because it's really easy to slide under anything, but you can use any other spatula that you might have to flip the pancake on the other side. Cook on the other side for about 2 to 3 minutes. You can lower the heat a bit while cooking the other side, and once it's all cooked, it feels nice and fluffy, set that aside. Now continue making the pancakes for the batter that you have left and make as many pancakes as you're planning to today. As you're making it, each pancake you put out, you can spread some of that brown sugar mix right over the surface of that cooked pancake. and then layer it with the next cooked one as it gets ready. You want to make sure you really spread that brown sugar across the entire surface. Be generous with it, and you can use as much or as little as you want. You want to keep doing this and putting the next pancake on the top to create your stack until your pancakes are done or your stack is full. Now here comes the fun part. For the top part, don't put the brown sugar yet. We'll make this one extra special because that's our beauty shot, right? That's the first thing you'll see when that plate comes in front of you. So for this one, start by drizzling some maple syrup. You can use honey if you want as well. Next, spread the cream cheese glaze over the top, and I'm just gonna spiral it from a bottle, and it just looks so good. It's gonna give the pancakes a look as if it is a cinnamon bun with all those spirals in there, and I really went all out with it as well. And then finally on top, sprinkle your brown sugar pumpkin mix, and then you can just use a skewer or a toothpick just to spread that around and create some more spirals just to finish this off real well. And here are your pumpkin spice cinnamon bun pancakes, a great way to enjoy this fall season. And what's not to love about it? It looks beautiful, it tastes beautiful, it's easy to make, it's a win-win for all of you. You know how to make this now, so go ahead and plan out your next pancake brunch, breakfast, or dinner. For more videos just like this one, be sure to hit subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Let me know what kind of pancakes you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.